Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, we learn to create symbolic opening line for this door, and we're going to create that using a nested family. So what do I mean by a nested family? So as you can see, every family can be created on its own, or we can also nest elements into the main family. So we have a main family, in this case, our door, which we just created. And we can add additional elements to this door as nested elements. So for example, we can add door handles as a nested element into this door. So these can be also nested families. And we can also add panels. So we can create different options for this door. So panel 1, panel 2, for example. Or we can also add a 2D opening line family into this main family as a nested family. So we'll learn how to use nested families. So to create a nested family, simply go to File, New, and click on Family here. Then from this list, you will need to select this time, not metric door, rather metric detail item. So this is the template which we're going to use, and then click on Open. Now to create your nested family, you need some reference planes. So let's tap RP and create a reference plane here, and also create a reference plane on top here. And then we need to create our dimensions. So tap DE, or you can click on Create and click on Aligned here. And then start from your strong reference plane to your weak reference plane. Similarly here, start from your strong reference plane to your weak reference plane. Now to make this parametric, simply select these dimension lines and call this the door width. Or you can also call it width. It doesn't really matter. Perfect. Now we need to create our symbolic opening line. So to create your symbolic opening line, let's go to Create. And then we have the line option here. And then we can select a subcategory. So in this case, I'm going to go with hidden lines. And then what's important is you need to select the intersection. So tap in SI to select the intersection. Go all the way here and click again. And then you need to switch to start end radius arc. Go to this point here, tap SI. And then snap it so that you get a perfect 90 degrees. And to close it, you can switch back to your line, tap in SI, and make sure to select the intersection. Perfect. So now it is parametric in nature. If I sort of move this, you can notice that our lines adjust accordingly as well. So now I can save this. So tap in Control S. And let's give a name for this family. So let's call this A door, call this 2D opening, and save it in the folder. Now what you need to do is you need to load this file into our family and not into our project. So this is a nested family, and this nested family I'm going to load into our main family. So click on Load into Project. And now it's brought in to the main family because I have only my main family open. And then I'm going to place it here. You can place it anywhere in your screen. And then what you need to do is you need to lock it in place. So tap in AL. So AL is the shortcut for the Align tool. So we will be using the Align tool quite a lot, especially when working with families. So tap AL, and then you would need to select the reference line first. So in this case, it would be this line here. And then you would need to select the line which you would like to align it with. All right, so once you've placed your 2D element, we'll need to align this with the right reference planes here. So to align it, we can use the Align tool. So tap AL, or you can use the Align tool from your Modify ribbon. Then select the reference line you would like this element to align with, which is this reference line here, or reference plane, and then select your element reference line. So in this case, it would be this line here, and then make sure to always lock it as well. Similarly, I'm going to align it on the left as well. So select the reference plane you would like this element to move to or align with, and then select your element and click on lock. And then what you need to do is you need to select this 2D element, and you will need to associate the right parameter with this 2D element so that it matches the width of our door opening as well. So select this family, click on Edit Type, and then we have the width option here. So right now it is set to 500. You can of course manually change it, but I would like it to automatically adjust as in when I change the size of our door. So if you would like it to automatically adjust itself, you would need to associate a family parameter. So to associate a family parameter, on the right, we have the associate family parameter option. And here I'm going to select width option and then click on OK. But the problem now is it is associated to the parameter, which is width, but this parameter is a bit too big for the opening. The opening needs to be our rough width minus the size of our frames. So let's go to our family types again. And under width or next to width, we have 1200. Let's add a formula here. So we're going to add a formula in Revit. So this is going to be a rough width minus 2 times. So you can add minus or dash a bracket, and then you can add 2 times our frame width. So this is our frame width. So let's add 2 times our frame space width. Make sure it is the same name as what is shown here. Even the spacing needs to be correct. If it is, for example, a smaller name, then it wouldn't work. We have this error here. The following is not a valid parameter. So make sure it is the same name and then tap enter. So right now you can see our width, the actual width, the opening width is 1100 because it is the rough width 1200 minus 2 times the frame width. And now if I click on OK, you can see that our opening is exactly between our frame. And now if I adjust the types, so if I go to type 1, you can notice that it adjusts accordingly as well. What I would like to do is maybe just remove the bottom line here. So we can go back to our nested family, and I'm going to remove this line here. And then I'm going to load it back into our family and click on overwrite the existing version so that the bottom line goes away. Perfect. Now what we can do is we can load this into our project. We can close our nested family. We do not need our nested family. We can load this into our project. So let's open our project here. Let's go back to our family and click on load into project. Now, in this case, when you load a family into a project, an existing family, you get 2 options. You get to override the existing version, or you get to override the existing version and its parameter values. Now, in this case, we would need to only override the existing version because we do not want to override the parameter values of the family, for example, the width, the height, and more. We'll talk more about these 2 options later, but for now, let's click on override the existing version. All right, perfect. So now you can see that we have our opening here. Now I did make a mistake is that this family should not be placed on the exterior side, but rather on the interior side. So let's go back to our family. You can also select the family here and click on edit family in case you would like to go back to the family. And then we'll need to simply flip this. So we can use the mirror tool, which is another new command you will be learning. So we learned about the move tool, the copy tool, the align tool, and now we learn about the mirror tool. So the mirror tool, you have 2 options, mirror pick axis and mirror draw axis. In most cases, I use the draw axis tool. So I'm going to use DM, which is the shortcut to mirror. And then I'm going to mirror this, maybe using the midpoint of the frame here. So I'm just going to mirror it to the other side. Perfect. And what you also need to do is lock it again, because once you mirror it, it wouldn't be locked. So you can see it is unlocked. So make sure to unlock it again. So I'm going to lock it to this reference plane and then to this reference plane using the align tool. And you can delete this opening on the top. We do not need that for now. We just need the one at the bottom. And then let's load that back into our project. Overwrite the existing version and boom, it sits in perfectly. Now, since we've created one door, which is a D1, 4 feet by 7 feet, what we can do is we can create the other doors here as well. So let me switch back to wireframe and let's create our types. So we need 2 types. Type 1 is 4 feet by 7 feet. Let's duplicate this. The other type is, we can call this type 2. This can be 3 feet by 7 feet. But what I would actually like to do is maybe I would like to create the types in my family rather than creating it here in my project, so that when I overwrite the values, I would overwrite the family and its parameter value. So now you can see the difference actually. So let me just go back to my families here and let's create our types here. So this is type 1, type 2. Let's create type 1 imperial, and that would be 4 feet by 7 feet. And I can change the rough width to 4 feet here and the rough height to 7 feet. You can also tap in 7 apostrophe. So that's type 1. Let's duplicate this. Yeah, you cannot duplicate, so we'll need to create a new type. I'm just going to paste that name again, and this would be type 2 imperial, and this would be 3 feet by 7 feet, and 3 feet rough width would be 3 feet, which is about 914. And then I need a third option, which is about 7.5 feet. So let's create a new option, and this would be imperial 2.5 feet by 7 feet. So just tap in 2.5 apostrophe and tap enter. Perfect. So now we have 3 types. And now when I load it into the project, I want to overwrite the existing version and its parameter value. So I bring in the new types from my family as well. So I'm going to use the second option now. So now you can notice when I select the family, you have 4 feet by 7 feet. We have imperial, the second option, and we have the third option as well. I did not rename this, so we'll need to rename it. What I can also do is I can delete the other types here. So let's go to our families here and search for our door. So this is our door which we just created. I'm going to select all the other types here and I'm going to delete them. So right click and click on delete. I have to also delete the instance which is placed here. So I'm going to delete that. We can place our door again. And I'm just going to go back to my family. I had to rename this. So there's 1, 2. We can also delete some of the types here. So we can delete this. We can delete this. So we have type 1, 4 feet by 7 feet. Type 2, 3 feet by 7 feet. And 2.5 feet by 7 feet. I'll need to rename this. So let me rename this to type 3. Perfect. So let me just load this back into our project. We can overwrite the existing version and its parameter values. And now you can notice that we have our 3 types. Generally, when you add or overwrite the existing version and its parameter values, the new types gets added into our family. So we can delete the one which we do not need. So that was type 1, 2.5 feet by 7 feet. Perfect. So we have type 1, type 2, and type 3. And now we can use this in our project. So if you want to use this in our project, you can also drag a family from your families window here into your project and then place it in place. And if you want to switch, you can tap the space bar while placing. So I'm hovering, I'm switching to the right side. I'm tapping the space bar and then I'm placing it in place. So that is type 1. Then type 2 comes here. So I can place type 2 here. And then type 3 comes in here. So type 3, I'm going to place it in here. And then finally, what I need to do is align this. So I'm going to tap AL, select my CAD line, and then select my door. So to align it properly, similarly here as well, so that it sits in perfectly. All right. And then finally here as well. So that is a lot to unpack. I would highly recommend that you go through the video again. What I would like to show you as a last step, and I would not like to extend the door family video to another video, is that I would like to hide this panel here in my floor plan and only show it in my elevation. So to do that, you can select the door family, click on edit type. And then what you need to do is you need to select your extrusion. And we have something called the visibility settings. So select the visibility settings and make sure to switch off plan RCP so that it doesn't show up in your plan view. So then click on load into project, overwrite. This time you can just overwrite the existing version. And now you can notice that when I select my door family, yeah, I will need to switch to hidden line as well. Okay, let me just quickly go back, select this family, click on visibility settings. So it is not shown on plan RCP. and it is not shown when cut in plan RCP. This is also very important. So now let's load it into the project. Click on override the existing version, and boom, the panel goes away and only our opening stays and our frame. Perfect. So I would highly recommend that you go through this video again and try to learn the different aspects that goes into building a family. We've created a very simple family. We'll learn to make this more advanced later on. But for now, this is good enough to create the rest of the project. In the next video, we'll learn to create our window families and also follow the same steps that we've used to create the door family. So I'll see you guys next video. Cheers.